Welcome. Today, we're going to dig into the powerful ideas, the core philosophies, really, that guide some of the most robust software systems ever built. We're going to explore the principles that let massive, complex systems innovate at incredible speeds without, breaking everything. So let's kick things off with a bit of a puzzle. On one side, you have Netflix, this modern streaming giant built on a super complex, cloud-native architecture. And on the other, you've got Unix, a foundational operating system from all the way back in the 1970s. What on earth could these two possibly have in common? And that's really the right question to be asking, isn't it? Because the connection here, it isn't about a specific technology or a programming language. It's about a philosophy. So why do we even need these high-level guiding principles to begin with? We need them because this, right here, is the fundamental challenge that pretty much every growing organization faces. You need to move fast, you've got to get new features out the door quickly, but you also need safety and reliability, especially as you grow, as you scale. These principles, well, they're the playbook for managing that critical balancing act. Okay, so who actually nails this balance today? If you're looking for a modern masterclass in these principles, where should you look? Well, for that, we have to look at Netflix. Let's start with their first principle, antifragility. And this idea is fascinating. See, most systems are designed to resist failure, but Netflix designs systems that expect failure. And here's the kicker, they actually get stronger because of it. They build resilience by literally embracing chaos. And they don't just sit back and hope this happens. Oh no, they actively cause it. They have this whole suite of tools, famously known as the Simian Army, that intentionally creates failures right in their live production environment. It goes around terminating servers, disrupting services, all to expose weaknesses and force their architecture to evolve and get more robust. It's kind of like a vaccine for their infrastructure. All right, next up is immutability. A great way to think about this is don't treat your services like pets that you have to carefully nurse back to health. Instead, think of them as totally disposable units. When a service needs an update or a fix, they don't go in and patch it while it's running. Nope, they just terminate the old one and deploy a brand new, updated one to take its place. The result is a system that's clean, predictable, and doesn't suffer from that slow decay of tiny changes piling up over time. And finally, we have separation of concerns. Now, at Netflix, this principle is as much about people as it is about code. Each engineering team has complete ownership of a small group of services. I mean, they build them, they run them, they evolve them, and this autonomy is absolutely crucial. It lets teams move fast without getting tangled up in complex coordination, and it naturally leads to that microservice architecture they are so famous for. Now, hold on a second. These modern ideas from Netflix, small independent components, single-purpose design, replacing instead of patching, does any of that sound a little familiar? It kind of feels like we've heard this philosophy somewhere before, just maybe in a different context. And you'd be right. What's so fascinating is that Netflix's modern principles are a direct echo of the Unix philosophy documented way back in 1978. Immutability, that's just the modern version of build afresh. And separation of concerns, it perfectly mirrors make each program do one thing well. It just goes to show you, the most powerful ideas in tech, they're not always new. They're often timeless. This connection between the old and the new is pretty incredible, but, knowing the history is one thing. How can an organization actually take this thinking and practically apply it to create its own set of guiding principles? Well, the whole approach can really be broken down into 4 key steps. First, you have to define your high-level goals. What are you actually optimizing for? Is it cutting costs, increasing your release speed, or maybe improving resilience? Next, you convert those goals into simple, actionable principles that will guide your team's decisions. From there, you can sketch out a high-level system design that's actually built around those principles. And finally, and this is the most important part, you implement it, you observe the real-world results, and you continuously adjust your approach. It's a living process for sure. And this brings us right to the heart of the matter. Every system, every organization is different. The real takeaway here isn't to just copy what Netflix or the creators of Unix did. The crucial question you should be asking yourself is this: what is the one guiding principle that your system, in its current state, needs the most to find that harmony between speed and safety? If this explainer helped you understand how powerful ideas shape technology, please do me a favor and hit that like button, share it with someone who might find it interesting, and subscribe to see more explainers just like this one. Thanks for watching.